Charlie, getting away to regional South Australia for a couple of days. Good to get out and about.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, sort of been punching our way at the club for a long time now, and it's good to get out and see the kids and sort of see what they're thinking and see who they go for, really, which is always good. You always get a bit of mixed views on who they go for, which is good, and they always give us a bit of grief, but it's always good.
And what about a few today?
Yeah, I think so. Had a couple at the other school, which were we didn't really get anywhere near it, but they're pretty strong with who they follow. So.
And how's your pre-season tracking?
Yeah, really good. Obviously, I had the surgery at the start of pre-season, which wasn't ideal, but I was talking to Virgo, and sort of 8 weeks of training is probably is enough for someone like me. So I've had a good stint after Christmas and be playing hopefully maybe a half or a little bit more of the intra-club this week.
What did the surgery do? What was it, clean out, or what was it?
Well, they weren't 100% sure when they went in there, but they did a little bit of a clean out, and then they ended up sort of drilling through it and then tightening it up with a couple of cords or something, apparently. So I wasn't too fussed. I was just worried about when I could be back. So,
yeah. So
it's all good now.
Was it tendon, or what was the damage?
Well, I sort of, like everyone knows, I've sort of had loose ankles, and that's sort of been a problem for me. But it was just something that just wasn't getting better, and it was just best to sort of tighten it up and strengthen it up, and so there's not as much movement as there sort of has been.
So do you feel a real difference now?
Yeah, so it's a lot sort of stiffer, but on sort of my last couple of training sessions have been really good, where I haven't been thinking about it, haven't been worried about it. I can move, I feel real freely with it. It's just stretching and stuff is where it just feels a little bit more stiff.
Do you think it'll impact your game?
Nah, not at all. Not from what how I've trained in the last sort of couple of weeks. I haven't really had any trouble with that at all. So I'm sort of still a bit off where I want to be, but it's come along really well.
Did you feel it was a bit of a problem last season, like it sort of limited your movement and stuff like that?
Well, it was not many people know, it was a different ankle injury to what I had. It just, someone landed on me and it went the total opposite way, and I've never had that happen. And I probably rushed back about probably 4 weeks too early, or maybe a chance to play final. So that was just, we had to try get out there, but I should have sort of waited a bit, and that probably sort of hurt me a little bit around this time now. But I mean, it's all good now, and we're moving forward.
Was that your call, obviously, to come back early?
Yeah, definitely. So I was after the North Melbourne game, late in the fourth. One of the defenders landed on me, and yeah, that was it.
And you're confident, Charlie, obviously you can hit the ground running and 100% and really get stuck into 2017.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I've had a fairly solid pre-season from. Always sort of would like a little bit more, but sometimes more is less. But no, it's good. I mean, I'm very confident with coming into this pre-season. Hopefully play 2 pre-season games and roll into round 1.
Charlie, what about the team? You've obviously been here for the second season now. How is the whole team going compared with perhaps last year when you first got to the club?
It's still very similar. I mean, we all sort of striving for the same thing, and we're sort of taking it a training session at a time, and you know, working together and training our guts out.
Personally, how did you rate your last year, and what are you hoping to do this year compared to that? The areas that you want to work on?
Last year, I mean, I played the most games I've ever played. To be honest, I don't think it was probably my best season, but I mean, you always got to strive to improve, and that's what I'll go out to do. I've been working on my craft and everything I can to get myself better and help the team.
Will it make it easier, second year at a new club?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, there's always that little bit of pressure where, I mean, come into a club and you got expectations on you, but I tried to kick that out of my mind and just try and play football. And being in Adelaide, it's pretty ruthless. I mean, you guys love to get on us and get off us, and so does the rest of the supporters, and it's very fierce competition. And for us to, I mean, well, for myself anyway, it was definitely an eye opener. And but a little bit more comfortable with where I'm at the moment, and looking forward to this season.
30 goals in 18 games. Do you set yourself a goals target, or is it bigger picture stuff?
It's bigger picture. I mean, we're out here to win premierships, and I mean, me kicking goals, if it helps the team, it's obviously going to help the team. But you know, we're out there to, you know, for the number one goal, and that's to win premierships.
And the forward line, solid. You look forward line. Jay Shaw's obviously gone. You get Paddy Ryder, Angus Monfrey's back, and Brett Eddy and young Todd Marshall. How much does the dynamics of your forward line change from last year?
Yeah, I think having Paddy roll through there and Jacko as well is going to be really good, and I just can't wait to sort of play more with them and sort of learn how they play and how I play as well, and I'm excited to see what happens this year.
How's Jacko been?
So go.
Jacko, in terms of, I think, coming to the forward line, have you sort of obviously helped him in the last couple of months with his transition there?
Well, I haven't quite been out there that much, so it's only been a couple of weeks, and we've sort of been at the other end in match play, so looking forward to playing a little bit more with him. But Jacko's the general, and he takes control fairly well, and he leads the young boys really well, and it's really good, and I can't wait to sort of be standing next to him, another big aggressive man down there.
How have you found Brett Eddy's, I suppose, introduction to AFL footy, his first pre-season? Do you think he can sort of play a role this year?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, he's a big unit, he's a smart footballer, very silky, very tidy with his skills, and he's a very smart footballer, and can find a lot of space. So I think he'll be a good addition.
Do you have a clear idea what you expect the round one forward line to look like, or is that something that's really going to get worked out during the pre-season comp?
I think it'll get worked out. I mean, we have a lot of boys who are firing fit and ready to go, and it's going to be tough. And that's what you need in a football club. You need competition inside the club to keep everyone on their toes and wanting to be better every week. And I think that's good, and that's something that we have at the moment, and we're looking forward to it.
Charlie, you said you've been honing your craft. Any areas in particular that you thought needed some work in the off-season, apart from your ankles?
Probably more just my timing, obviously working on the hands like I always do, and a lot of body work as well, and trying not to wrestle as much, but and more sort of out in the lead sort of stuff as well. I mean, we've got a ball machine now, and that we've got from the States, and that's working wonders at the moment. It comes out pretty quick, so it's good fun.
Todd Marshall, obviously young and quite thin when he got here. Is he developing quite well? Is he a chance to play some AFL this year?
Oh, he's very raw, Toddy. Yeah. But you know, you never know what happens. I mean, he's a very skillful player. When he comes into training, because he hasn't done any training at all, the boys have sort of pulling him in and out, and he's only doing certain drills. But he's very silky for a big fella. He can move, and it'll be interesting to see how he goes.
And we'll report some improvement across
soon,
the
sorry,
board
we need to get
this
into the
year.
kids.
Where's the main area that Port needs to improve?
I just think we've got to take it one step at a time and really focus on our skills and just move forward. I mean, we've got to take, and what we've been doing is just one training session at a time and going from there. I mean, that's all you can do, and you just got to aim to improve on last year and just keep moving forward.